12 years ago, my first semester at my PhD program, I had gotten, I wouldn't say taken advantage of, but I had a situation that really showed just how much we were really in it together. I had just gotten my first credit card. It was a Chase Freedom credit card, if I remember correctly, and I was hoping to accumulate reward points. I had just gotten over my fear of flying, but I didn't have much money to travel at the time. I wanted to go overseas to look for my future wife, and I thought I could accumulate enough points to do that. And so I learned about how the reward system worked. One night, a classmate of mine had just graduated with his PhD, and we went out to dinner to celebrate. And most of my classmates didn't have credit cards, they were paying with cash. And I thought I could put the entire bill on my credit card and collect all their cash. If I remember correctly, the entire bill was about $400 or $500. That used to be more than I would spend in a typical month on my credit card. And I thought that would give a big boost to my plan to save up for this trip. I hadn't flown for many years, but I kind of started accepting the concept of flying at the time. And so I was very excited about that. I was telling all my classmates about my plan to go to another country to look for my future wife, and all the places that I hoped to go. At the time, I used to be fascinated with the idea of going to Japan. I had never been to Japan before, but when I looked at how many reward points it would take spending about, if I remember correctly, close to 6 figures, which was probably not something I would accumulate while working on my PhD, but I wanted to start working toward it, and maybe have part of the trip paid for and then pay the rest of the trip at least, right? Anyway, so I pay for the bill, and I get home, and I deposited the cash that I collected into an ATM, and I was about to pay my credit card bill. And I noticed that doesn't sound right. My meal was only so and so much, and I ended up paying like almost double as much. And I tried to recall who paid how much, and I had gotten taken, which was really upsetting because I had just moved out of my parents' home less than a couple months ago, and I thought I had a group of friends that I could trust, and my heart sank. It wasn't the $30 or $40 or whatever it was more that I thought I had a group of friends and I didn't. And now that I'm all grown up, it doesn't bother me that there's a little bit of rounding error, but sometimes I'll be picking up stuff for my roommates, especially in the COVID-19 era, or I'll be just picking up something on the way home, and then my friend or my coworker or my roommate will reimburse me, and it never turns out in my favor. It's always short, right? It doesn't bother me anymore now that that's only a rounding error in the grand scheme of things. But it really does go to show that the human nature of just how much we really are in this together, right? Anytime a friend or so-called friend or a roommate or a coworker, if we agree to share some responsibilities like with doing the dishes, people skimp, right? When it's shared between roommates, right? You know, if I guarantee you, if my roommate, if he were living alone and his girlfriend were coming over, his cleaning attitude would be very different than when we're all quarantined in the house and 3 of us have to share that kitchen, right? His attitude for cleaning the kitchen sink would be very different in those 2 circumstances, right? Just goes to show just how much we really are in this together, right?